Many people dream of a holiday like this, but for digital nomads, a hammock can serve as workplace. They can set up office anywhere, anytime. All they need is a laptop and internet access.
People think it's non-stop fun, that it's a permanent vacation, but every lifestyle has its advantages and disadvantages.
This particular lifestyle was made possible by the digital revolution, which transformed the world of work.
Now that I step out of that comfort zone and traveled few countries of the world and met all these amazing people, it just opened my mind to a whole new world.
Hey, I'm Pete. I'm from Slovakia. Hi, I'm digital nomad. I'm working online, I'm traveling, I'm doing what I want, and I'm enjoying my life to the full.
So in Berlin, ideally, I want to find another client because Berlin is full of startups, full of these like trendy companies. I want to reach out to them and see if there is anything that they can offer that would be remote.
Before coming to digital nomad hotspot Berlin, Pete Holzbar spent a few days working in Prague. Pete has a 20-hour-a-week job, but no contract. The job earns him just enough money to get by and to travel as much as he likes.
What's up? Hey, how are you? It's good to see you. Good. I think I'm gonna have all you need.
Yeah, thanks.
You're welcome.
And where is the Wi-Fi password?
And you got just the Wi-Fi password right
cool.
there, so...
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna set up my computer here and work, yeah.
Pete used to have a stable, well-paid job in London, booking luxury hotels for wealthy bankers. After 10 years in that position, he decided to do some travelling himself.
The initial plan was to travel 9 months, up to 1 year, and then go back and work. But 2.5 years are gone, and I've still got enough money to keep traveling, and I'm making more money as I travel now. So the things have changed, yeah. The plans always change, and I'm really happy that I didn't put anything in a plan that I have to go somewhere, because this would definitely just limit my possibilities, yeah. Doing macrame. Macrame are those things that I've got on me. And yeah, so bought all these strings, and at the end I was actually selling macrame in Kopangan. And yeah, very important bit is Indian spices that I bought back in Malaysia. Sort of wherever I travel, I cook Indian curry for friends where I'm staying. Yeah, I found it very freeing when I got rid of most of my stuff and suddenly started living just out of one bag.
Pete is 33. The only additional items he owns are a few clothes he stored with his parents in Bratislava.
People chase, and then once you have it all, you find out actually, no, now that I have it all, it doesn't make me any more happy. And really, when I started traveling, that I saw how little you need to be happy.
Right. Two things he does need are his laptop and his smartphone.
Hi, I'm Supi. I'm a digital nomad. I've been living this lifestyle for 7 years, and I've been a full-time nomad for 5 years. I work in online marketing and online business, and I also have my own projects. I have a vegan food blog, and I've also published cookbooks, so I have a few strings to my bow, and that gives me the freedom to travel the world.
Zupani Neuwert, Zupi to her friends, is from Cologne and usually spends the summer in Europe. Come autumn, she heads to sunnier climates. In winter, she often bases herself in Bali, another digital nomad hotspot, from where she works and travels across Asia.
Next to my own blog, I also work for other bloggers and as a content marketing manager. That means I edit content for online platforms, like for this online florist. I write for them a little, and I also edit and post content online.
Zupi has also branched out into coaching. She advises other digital nomads who are just getting started, like Evie.
Take a seat. How are you?
Well, I've been traveling for 10 months and it's been really hard. I thought it would be easy, that after 5 months I'd have managed to be floating about all hippie-like. Especially because I want this lifestyle.
What makes you think you have to go back?
Because I feel like I'm losing the plot here, that I'll end up in a rice paddy all old and wrinkled, with no money and no insurance.
I've seen your paperwork, and from what I can tell, you actually have a very sound basis to be a digital nomad. You have a podcast, so your work is already completely online. I think your main problem is fear. Compared to others, we Germans tend to be very fixated on stability. When I go home, I hear the same things all the time. When are you going to be done with this nonsense? You have to come back sometime. We thought this was just a phase. And I say no, it's a new lifestyle.
A lifestyle that's attracting a growing number of people. It isn't clear how many digital nomads there currently are, but according to some estimates, there could be as many as 1 billion roaming the world by 2035. Pete has turned his back on his old life and embraced a new one. He met his current employer, Adrian, on a beach in Thailand.
So basically, what I'm doing for my employer or client is I'm collecting data online on cryptocurrencies. So at the moment, there are more than 1,600 different digital currencies out there. Got a coin here which is called 10x, and basically what I'm trying to find out is how much money, as one of the first things that I'm looking for, how much money they raised during this ICO, initial coin offering. Here we go, 10x ICO raises $34 million in 7 minutes. It's crazy. 7 minutes, $34 million for a project that is just beginning.
Pete deals with 8-digit sums on a daily basis.
517.
His own 20-hour work week earns him €800 a month.
I can live on these wages, but not in Europe, most likely. It's much cheaper to do so in Asia. So I can do this, but at the moment, I'm in Europe because here it's easier to find contacts for more work. Here we go, Lucian is calling us. Hey, Lucian, can you hear me?
Pete is training his new colleague Lucian from Romania.
Did Adrian talk to you about Syrian Labs?
Oh, no, I have no idea. I didn't talk with Adrian about this yet.
Okay, cool. So I'm gonna just double check with him. I think he's asleep already now because in Tokyo it's already night. If you have any questions later, shout out and let me know.
Okay,
All right.
thank you.
Thanks a lot. Have a good day. Ciao, ciao.
Bye.
Bye. All good.
The small team communicate via Skype, so digitally. The currency several team members are paid in is also digital.
He will get paid now in Ethereum. My choice of payment was euros, but one time I got paid in Ethereum because it was more feasible to get paid in Ethereum. It was at the time where it sort of like crashed down, so I saw it as a potential to actually get more money out of it. So I got paid in Ethereum as well.
To many people, cryptocurrencies are daunting, but for Pete and his colleagues, they're perfectly normal. Digital currencies are decentralised and tax enforcement for cryptocurrencies was only stepped up in 2016.
The cons of the lifestyle is probably not having my own place, not having sort of like that place of security where you can go when you had a bad day. Because sometimes you might feel tired and drained of all energy, or even you might be getting sick and you want to go back and just lay down and chill. So the pros are the freedom that I'm getting, that I can be wherever I choose to be, freedom of my working hours, and then sense of adventure, that every day is different and I'm experiencing something new, I'm seeing new places, moving from city to the city.
Zupi is on her way to a co-working space in Ubud. All main towns in Bali have places like these where freelancers and digital nomads can rent desks. She wants to give Evie a few tips on networking.
The air-conditioned section downstairs is the quiet zone. Up here, in this open area, you can talk, and you can just grab a seat at one of these tables or outside. Next door, there's also a conference room, so you can use it if you want to give a presentation or something. It has a big table and a whiteboard.
Can you sit there, or do you have to register?
You can sit there if you like, but if you want to hold a meeting, then you need to register in advance. But in general, you're free to use all the facilities. And there's free mineral water. Shall we go outside?
Yeah, sure.
Wow.
Wow, this is incredible. Just great.
Super schön.
Digital nomads can make good money if they know what they're doing. Zupi started out earning around 3,000 euros a month before tax. These days, she makes up to twice that.
For lots of digital nomads, this is a place where they can work on new projects and find teams for existing projects. You can work on a whole different level in spaces like these. It's not like working on some beach all by yourself. And it's perfect for someone like you, because you said you wanted to escape the hamster wheel. And here you can get together with others who have the same problems, so you won't feel so isolated.
When I'm on my own, I feel half like I'm on holiday, but I'm not on holiday, and half in some in-between zone where nothing's clear.
Completely, but this place means you can go to an office every day while also staying in this paradise, where you can go back to your bamboo hut in the evenings, drink coconut milk, or head to the beach at lunch. You can have that and a day-to-day schedule which moves your work along.
It costs approximately 150 euros a month to join a co-working space like this one. For all her love of adventure, Zupi also thinks about securing her future. And while she isn't paying into a German pension plan, she's made other investments.
In terms of social security, I'm actually in the process of making some changes. I'm getting out of the German system completely and looking into other options. I've started investing in other areas, like an organic coconut farm in Colombia. And I'm also building up additional avenues, like putting money into startups and other small companies.
She's also considering buying property in Panama and applying for dual citizenship. If Supi is sure of anything, it's that she never wants to be overworked again. She knows what that's like. When she finished school at 19, she immediately joined a marketing and event agency.
I worked long hours and had a lot of responsibility. My whole life revolved around work, and then I had a burnout. That was 10 years ago. After that, I thought, wait, okay, this can't be it. Working for someone else and being completely drained, and you're so young.
Supi decided to concentrate on the things she loved most: traveling, yoga, and cooking. These days, she posts a recipe on her vegan food blog every week. And she also advises people on healthy eating.
Basically, I make my projects fit in with my lifestyle. I think about how I want to live, and then I decide if jobs or even hobbies are suited to it. Then I try to structure everything so that I maintain a good balance.
Making the dish is only the first step. Photographing it is just as important. Supi makes money through product placement and links. Pete also uses co-working spaces as a way of making contacts, developing ideas, and picking up work. Offshoots of Google, Daimler, and other major companies have used this particular space to network with startups. Pete has an appointment with Sebastian Meltz, who runs a placement agency for digital freelancers.
No, it's for afterwards as well. So basically what I need is to find a remote job. Yeah, so I'm fine doing what I'm doing now, but it's not sustainable for a very long time. So I really...
Like something more stable, or?
Well, there's something more stable and something to add to what I'm already doing.
Yeah, exactly. So
Sebastian shows Pete what sort of jobs he could point him towards, including writing copy for landing pages and search engine optimization. Pete would earn up to €50 an hour. The agency keeps 20% in commission.
Okay, fantastic. Yeah, so I can definitely send you my CV and we can go from there.
are you registered still in Slovakia, or?
I'm not registered anywhere. So because I'm only starting in this industry, and at the moment I'm working in a crypto world, and sometimes I'm even being paid in crypto.
Okay.
So
A lot of people who are digital nomads at the moment, they will wake up and they will realize and say, oh wow, I'm getting older, I actually don't want to travel all the time anymore, I actually want to have something stable, I actually want to know, all right, my fixed costs are paid and there I count in like my insurance, my retirement plan.
when people get older, it's like, what do you regret the most? And people definitely don't regret that they didn't pay enough tax, they didn't pay enough insurance and all that. They do regret not doing those like unwise decisions, because like unwise for our society, you know. But at the end, it's those experiences that bring us the most of the happiness and like good times in our lives.
Totally.
As a part-time digital nomad, Sebastian also enjoys his freedoms. But he's aware of potential pitfalls.
Everyone says, I can be a digital nomad. I can be that person who just goes there, does a job, I have enough money, and then I look for another job. Yeah, if you're good enough, if you have worked already, if you know the basics, if you have had already a job, if your CV already looks like that, you will get a job again. But if you just start and then you have one job and then you think it's going to happen like this all the time, then you're way too naive. And it's not going to be like that. And as an entrepreneur, and you're still going to be an entrepreneur, you're going to fall. And you're going to fall deeper and deeper and deeper. And only the people who are actually strong enough to actually get up every time, they will survive. And out of all the people, I don't know how the statistics are, but less than 20% actually survive.
All right. Thanks a lot for everything.
Again, my friend.
For the time being, Pete doesn't have comprehensive insurance. He's making do with travel insurance and concentrating on building up his income. Zupi is several steps ahead of him, but there are always new hurdles to be cleared.
You're a resident of a country when you've been there for more than 180 days a year. I don't spend more than 180 days anywhere, so I'm not in any country long enough to belong to that country. Of course I'm German and I always will be, but as I'm not living there, I don't feel I need to be registered and paying taxes there. So at the moment I'm deregistering in Germany and planning to switch to Cyprus. Cyprus is part of the EU, and even though it has an offshore sector, its currency is euros and its invoices conform with European standards.
And then slowly, from the heart, the energy flows to your palms. Ground, heart, palms.
Zupi is interested in spirituality, but she's also an influencer. Digital nomads tend to have a strong social media presence. Indeed, the hype surrounding this kind of lifestyle is partly generated by the people pursuing it and helping them sustain it.
Okay, 3 seconds. Okay.
Auf der einen Seite gibt es immer mehr digitale Nomadenkonferenzen, Workshops.
There are more and more workshops and conferences about digital nomads, along with coaching seminars and books about how you can become one, what you need and so on. Nowadays, there are even all sorts of products. I've seen a digital nomad rucksack with a built-in solar panel so that you can charge your laptop even in the middle of the jungle.
Im Dschungel stehst oder weiß ich nicht wie.
Pete's not interested in having the right accessories for his lifestyle. He's a purist and is happy to drift. But he always keeps enough money in reserve to tide himself over for 6 months.
And what happened in the last 2.5 years, I'm really proud of that. And it's the memories that I'm never gonna forget. And I'm super grateful for all the people that I met and all the experiences I had. As it changed my life. It got me to this point. And only God knows, like, where I'm gonna go next.
Pete has a few long-term ambitions, in case he ever decides to settle down.
Another dream would be having a hostel somewhere. So if I can earn some money with the crypto and have starting money, then I can go to Asia or somewhere where it's really cheap to buy land, ideally with local person, because foreigners cannot own the land there, and start my own guest house, co-working center, center where you can learn arts and crafts or something like that. I don't know, something really creative which can sort of like bring people together.
Next week he's off to London, where he's organising a boat party on the River Thames. After that, Pete will be heading to Portugal and Asia for the rest of the winter. Zupi, meanwhile, is taking things easy on Bali. As the sun sets, she gets down to work. When it's evening in Bali, it's morning in Germany, and her clients need her services.
I wouldn't say that I'll never go back to Germany. Never say never, right? Right now, I can't picture it, but who knows how I'll feel when I get older. Judging by other people's experiences, you eventually want to settle down a bit. But I can't say yet whether that will mean staying in one place for me, nor whether that place would be in Germany or Panama or Bali or Portugal. I'm not looking that far ahead just yet.
She's living the dream. Almost.
About a year ago, I began thinking about having a relationship again. But then I noticed that I was so deep in this lifestyle of being 2 months here and 2 months there, where if you do meet someone, you're basically leaving the next day. So I realized I need to get more organized about that. Also, because I'd like to have children and time is starting to run out. I'm 35, so I only have a few years left to find the right man. And it needs to be someone with a compatible lifestyle or who's also ready to settle down. That's my dream.
But for now, she's still footloose and fancy-free. Next week, Zupi will head to Tonga in the Pacific to dive with whales. After that, she'll move on to Fiji to knuckle down to some hard work.